Hey you! Ever wanted to oil yourself up, strap on a pair of sandals and hit the high seas in search of a really cool looking rug? Then Rise of the Argonauts is just the thing for you. So, in Rise of the Argonauts you play as Jason, king of Iolcus, whose wife Alcime has been brutally assassinated by a group of mercenaries known as the Black Tongue. Instead of, burying her and stuff, he decides instead to go and find the Golden Fleece so he can bring her back to life. Bit creepy, but then again, if he didn't at least give it a bash, then this would be a review of Gravedigger 2009, and it would be rubbish.
If that's the price to bring back Alcime, then I will pay it.
So then, deciding that he'd rather have a zombie wife, Jason climbs on board a pimped-out ship that's suspiciously steampunk for ancient times and starts roping together a merry band of allies.
Call me Pan.
Visually, Rise of the Argonauts is a treat. The character modelling is excellent, as is the physical animation. The lighting is good, and they've thrown in all sorts of little extras like blokes opening the doors for you as you approach. Some of the models for generic citizens get reused quite a lot in the same areas, which is a bit of a cop-out, but overall Rise of the Argonauts looks awesome, not least because of the vibrant colours. Quite simply, it's nice to see a game that isn't played out in 100 different shades of beige for once. The camera is for the most part fine, but the biggest problem with Rise of the Argonauts is in the frame rate. Frames are dropped every few seconds, which after a while is enough to make you cry bloody tears of rage and wish that you'd actually killed Alcime yourself.
Don't you say her name!
The audio is for the most part pretty cool. The music is composed by the same bloke that did 300, adding a good deal of atmosphere, and the voice acting isn't bad either.
I will find a way.
The thing about Rise of the Argonauts is it doesn't really know what kind of game it wants to be, and we're not sure either. The plot is as hefty and involving as a standard RPG, but the game is far less statistically based. The attempts they've made to streamline the genre are interesting and for the most part work quite well. You can increase your abilities, the standards of your weapons, and get special powers from the gods without having to do any number crunching. This will appeal to those that never really got into RPGs before, but those who really enjoy fine-tuning their gaming experience may be less impressed. The most important thing to bear in mind about Rise of the Argonauts is it requires a massive commitment from the gamer. There's absolutely loads of dialogue, which is great for fleshing out the plot, but will definitely irritate the casual gamer looking for a quick blast of something violent. Those that find it worth bothering, and it is, by the way, will enjoy the ability to pick Jason's emotional response during conversations and have him react accordingly.
Either lend your wisdom or stay out of my way.
While the choices you make rarely manifest themselves in immediate consequences, the way you live out the tale pleases different gods in individual ways, meaning they'll be keener to lend you their powers.
The Lord of Battle rewards the worthy.
The combat in Rise of the Argonauts is solid. Smooth animation keeps it convincing while also giving it a good flow and throwing in quite a bit of gore for good measure. Your ability to change between a spear, mace and sword keeps things flexible, so between that and murking people in the face with your shield, you'll find it a thoroughly satisfying experience, if a bit repetitive. Final verdict, whether or not you'll enjoy Rise of the Argonauts really depends on what you're after. Overall, it is fun, but if you're looking for a game like Ninja Gaiden 2 where you run from one multi-man encounter to the next, then this is definitely not it. However, if you're really looking to invest in a storyline and have the patience not to skip dialogue or smash your TV open looking for all those missed frames, it's quite a good choice. Rise of the Argonauts is not without its flaws, but we've played far worse.